What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just doing a little bit more to the shed here. This is my Aero 10 by 12 metal shed. If you guys haven't been following along, I've done a lot of work to this shed, on the roof, on the inside, everything. But I was actually really happy with the way this foam stuff worked. And like, I'll show you this metal stuff makes a lot of noise when it can move like this. So if it's windy or anything like that, this shed out here makes a good bit of noise. But everywhere where I hit with that foam, it's like solid now. It's supported this metal a little bit. See, that's where I haven't. But right here, a lot less. I mean, if you get it in the middle, it still makes some sound, but basically it just keeps these metal from moving at all. Seals all the air, all the light, and keeps it from shifting around. So I really like this stuff, so I'm gonna use another can to see how well it works on this door. That's the actual project for today, is sealing this door. So if I close the door, my door is actually square, but the framing is not. So a good bit of light comes through here, and when it rains real hard, a little bit of rain, water comes through there. So this is the pretty much last thing that I really want to do to make this all sealed up. So what I'm gonna do is, you see I have a little bit started already, but I'm just gonna put a bead all the way around this edge up here. Hopefully it sticks to this top, I'm not sure yet. And then a little bit down there. And then whenever it expands fully, I'll just use a little razor blade and cut it flush and make it nice and square, and then I'll paint it and it'll look beautiful again. So yeah, guys, that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully it all works out. Let's get started. Would you guys do me a huge favor and drop a big thumbs up down below? Really helps the video reach a wider audience, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay. Oh, this can's coming out a lot faster than the other stuff, than the other can. Oh my goodness. I think the can I had last time was just a dud. Okay.
Here.
Alright, so I got the door pretty good. I'm just gonna let that dry for a little bit before I can cut it. So now I'm just gonna go around to all the spots so you can see light, and just try to hit all these little spots. Alright guys, so I got everything pretty good. I'm gonna have to let it dry up for a little while before I can cut it. but I got pretty much everywhere. Hit up there a little bit. Got pretty much all the corners. But yeah, this stuff works pretty good, especially for like this shed where it's not supposed to be very pretty, just serving a purpose. Sealing up a lot of the holes, and you still see a little one right there. But now I just know that all the air holes are sealed. Adds a little bit of extra insulation to this shed. Like I said before, keeps these panels from shifting around, you know, moving and when it's windy. And just all around adds some more structure to the shed. So I got pretty much, I didn't hit a little spot back there that I can't get because of my mixer, but I got pretty much all the way around the bottom, except a little spot over there too. You see how much light is shining through, and that's how pretty much all of it was. So this stuff really does a lot. Let me just wait for this door to dry, and then I'll show you guys me cutting it. But yeah, one thing, do not touch this stuff when it's wet, and you're supposed to wear eye protection because this is some pretty nasty stuff and some chemical reactions are going on. I got some on my skin the other day and it was not pretty. So just a fair warning, wear gloves if you're going to be working with this stuff, or just be very careful. Let me let this dry and I'll get back to you. All right guys, so it's been a couple hours and I let this stuff set up a lot. And what I actually did is I let it set up till it started getting like squishy, and then I closed this door so that it pushed it exactly to where it needed to be. And now this stuff right here creates a nice little backstop. Here we go. So now this stuff creates a nice little backstop, and I can cut it and make it look pretty here in a little bit, but I think that's like the best way to do it. You can see where the door was touching there, and up there a little bit. Up here, it didn't go exactly where I needed to. So I got another can right there, and I need to hit this top again. I'm gonna do the same thing I did, but just make sure I go a little bit extra and do the same thing by let it sit a little bit, and then I'll close the door and it'll make a nice seal like this all the way around. So I pretty much know where I need to add more and where I'm pretty much good. So yeah guys, it's gonna actually be really nice. It turned out better than I thought. It doesn't look pretty right now, but once I add this guy to the top and fill the edges and then cut it and make a nice edge, it's actually gonna be like a perfect little seal for this door. All right, I'm just gonna pretty much do the same thing as before, but make sure that I get everything filled this time. So I need to add a good bit up here, just a little down there. All right guys, it's the next day. It pretty much rained all morning. See, everything's wet. Roof's still wet. Let's see what we got. I closed this up yesterday when it was still wet. And looking like pretty good. You can see everywhere where the door was closed, and then this stuff that was wet was just pushed back behind there. And now we got a nice, good backstop of foam all the way around here. I can still clean up all this. I'm pretty sure this will just come off pretty easily. All right, that easy, got that off. So now when it's closed, you can't really see any light. A little bit right here. I could still make this a little bit nicer. So that's one spot that I'm gonna have to touch up. This one is really nice. Over here, this is where there was a pretty good gap, and the door was kind of just like free hanging there. It could like flap around, move back and forth. Wasn't a good solid seal. And now it's all covered. So the next step is to just take a little razor blade here, and we're just gonna trim up these edges and try to make it look a little nicer. Not bad. All right, guys, this is what we got. So I cleaned it up a good bit on the inside, try to make it pretty much just as square as I could. Like it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you can't see it from the outside. Maybe if you're looking real in between this crack right here, you can see a little bit, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna paint it yet or not. The biggest thing that I'm happy with is that you can see there's no water inside at all. So every time it would rain, I would get a little bit of water pull right there, and then it would kind of seep into over there. But now that I have this, no water got in at all, and it rained a pretty good bit last night. So at the very minimum, that's really nice. And now have a nice solid close to the door, and it doesn't move around at all. It's just like meant to be. Like before, it could go back a lot further, but now it's pushing against that foam. And yeah, still gotta touch up that little spot right there, but it's not that big of a deal. I was mostly concerned with this edge right here and this top, because that was where the biggest gaps were. But it makes a nice, really nice solid close now. I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. So yeah, maybe we'll paint it another day. The day where I finish up little edge in there. So overall, I'm really happy with that Great Stuff Gap and Crack foam. I just used the cheapest stuff they had. It was only like $5 a can. They have more expensive stuff that expands to larger, like up to 3 inches. But I just used the cheap $5 can stuff and it worked fine. So yeah guys, just one more little upgrade to the shed, making it a little bit nicer, one day at a time. And it's actually pretty sweet now. It's pretty much most of the way done. But yeah guys, hope you enjoy this little video. Hopefully this helps someone out if you want to do something similar. And that's gonna be all guys. Hope you have a great day. Peace.